Good morning, YouTube. I hope you all are doing well today. It's Christine with Gauge Girl Training, online meal planning and coaching service. And I wanted to chat with you guys this morning about a post I made that I posted on my community page. I posted on my community page of YouTube. I actually posted it on my Instagram at like 5 o'clock of the morning because I was super inspired. And for those of you guys just joining, welcome to the broadcast. I posted it on Instagram earlier today, but it's not like a good time to post. So I took it down and I posted it on my YouTube stories. Not YouTube stories, YouTube community page. And I wanted to chat with you guys about it. Hey, what's up, Susan Phillip? I ruffled a lot of feathers, and it really kind of surprised me at how a lot of people misunderstood what it was I was trying to say. So I want to talk about my post. Good morning, guys. For those of you guys who don't know me, it's Christine with Gauge Girl Training, an online meal planning and coaching service. I was just so shocked at how I got so many people so angry so early in the morning. And let's talk about it. So I'm paraphrasing, but I basically said in my post, and you guys can look it up for yourself, if you are sad and, oh my gosh, I want to pull it up. I want to pull it up so I'm looking at it exactly. So I'm not paraphrasing. I said anything that you are sad or upset about in life is your fault. Hey, good morning, Janice. Is entirely your fault. And right away, I had a lot of people go off the deep end saying, well, what if I was raped? What if I was this? What if I was born with a degenerative disease and you're telling me that that's my fault and I shouldn't be sad about it and I lack empathy as a human? Guys, we need to hold on a second and look at the context of what it was I'm saying. And we can agree to disagree, which is perfectly fine. However, I feel that a lot of people want to complain about the reasons they are unhappy. And when we are unhappy in life, when we are unhappy in our present circumstances, when that happens, we want to, hey, Teresa, when we're unhappy, a lot of people want to avoid responsibility. We don't want to take accountability, and we want to live entitled. We want to live with this entitlement. And what I'm talking about, you guys, is if you are not happy about your body, hey, what's up, Chloe? What's up, babe? If you're not happy with your body, if you are disappointed in how you look naked, guess what? It's your fault. And a lot of people don't want to hear that harshness, and everybody wants to make an excuse. There is somebody who has overcome every single circumstance imaginable. There is somebody who has overcome whatever it is you are going through. And then people go off the deep end saying, then, well, what about the people who are oppressed? What about the people who got hit by a car? And what about guys, I'm talking about the shit you can control. The stuff that you are choosing to be a victim on, the stuff that you are saying, I can't do anything about it, and everything that's wrong with me is everyone else's fault. Hey, good morning, Nebraska, Rachel. And whether you agree with me or not, I believe, and I'm entitled to my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. If you don't like it, you are welcome to leave my platform. I live by the mindset and mentality that if you don't like something, you can change it. And if you live by the mindset that my mindset in life is I have the power. And if you live in a powerless, helpless mindset, you are going to live a miserable effing life. If you believe that you have no power to change your situation, because you absolutely can. Hey, what's up, Deanna? Who in here, give me a thumbs up if you truly believe in your gut that you have the power inside of you to truly change your circumstances. But the things that are in your way are maybe your laziness, or maybe you're not willing to be disciplined, or maybe you are justifying a lot of stuff. Maybe you are telling yourself you're busy, but really you are afraid. Maybe, guys, thank you. Thank you, guys. For everybody who wants to stay a victim and pity themselves for every single thing that has ever happened to you in your life, you are going to live a miserable life. And that is entirely up to you. And I say this as somebody who has allowed myself to be a victim in so many circumstances that I have never talked about ever publicly on this platform. I know what it's like to feel powerless. I know what it's like to give your power away. I know what it's like to be in situations where you feel like there is no way out. Guys, I know. I know what it's like to deal with disabilities and mental issues, and from having from family members who have those things. But the thing is, there are things you can do, guys. And for every one of you guys who went off the deep end, there are things inside of you that you need to heal. And I'm sorry that you're going through pain. And any of you guys who know me, you guys know I am an extremely empathetic person. You guys know I'm an extremely compassionate person. And the reason why I made that post, and it's in my YouTube community page, I made a picture and I had a caption. The reason why I started it off so harsh is to get people's attention, guys. Honestly, I'm trying to get your attention. I'm trying to get you guys to wake up, because if you hate your job, if you hate your life, if you are in a relationship that's going nowhere, if you are in a situation that just sucks, guess what? You can change it. Yes, you can. And then a lot of you guys are going to be like, well, but I can't do this. 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 Guys, I know I've told you guys this before. I'm going to say it again. My most successful clients, they are not the richest people. They are not the smart. I'm not saying they're stupid, but they're not necessarily like, you don't have to be the smartest person. My most successful clients are the people who find a way. They don't give up. They're resourceful. That's their superpower. It's not that they had amazing genetics. It's not that they had people serving them hand and foot. It's the fact that they chose to be resourceful. They chose to stop being a victim. They chose to stop having that pity party for themselves. And who here has caught yourself crying to your friends and crying to anyone who will listen about your problems? Guys, I understand that we all have pain. I understand that we all have situations that feel as though there is no solution. Who is currently dealing with a situation or circumstance? It could be health or a disease, or it could be something way bigger than you. Who is dealing with something right now that it feels like there is no way out, where maybe you feel trapped, maybe you feel suffocated, you feel like there's just no way. There's just no way. Let me tell you guys, and this is harsh. There is somebody in your exact circumstances who overcame it. And I'm not saying it's easy. Am I saying that? Hell no. Am I saying that this is the hardest work you will ever do in your life? This is the absolute hardest work you will ever do in your life. I am not saying it is easy. It is the hardest thing you'll ever do. But what I am telling you guys is that the choice is yours to take your power back, to realize that you are the key. You are the key to changing your situation. You and nobody else. If you're going to be that person who says, you know what, I'm messed up because my parents were alcoholics, or I'm messed up because I was abused, or I'm messed up because I grew up poor and my family doesn't have money to pay for my college, or I'm messed up because this person did this to me, or I'm messed up because this, because that, because this, because that, because this, because that. Hey, good morning, Amy. Guys, if you are sad or upset or not liking your current circumstances, it is entirely up to you to change it. Do you understand that choosing to live in that state, that mental state of being down, that mental state of powerlessness, that mental state of there's nothing I can do, is giving up your power? I don't think a lot of us realize that we are giving up our power. I think a lot of us don't realize that that's what's actually happening. And I want to shine a bright light on you guys today and say to you that, you know what? You can change. You can. And for some of you, you must. And if you're waiting for some miracle bolt of lightning to come out of the sky and do it for you, you're going to be waiting for the rest of your life. You're going to be waiting for the rest of your life. It is not fun to do this work. It is not easy to do this type of work. A lot of you guys have some hard choices to make. I'm not saying this is easy. I am telling you guys to try to draw light to the situation that if you are going through some tough stuff and it's hard, only you can make it better. Only you can choose your happiness. Only you can do that. Nobody can make you happy but you. No amount of money, not having the right partner, not having the most beautiful children, not having the most successful children, not having the biggest house, not having the best body. Like, guys, if you hate your job, if you hate your career, if you are living your life in fear, and if you are living your life powerless, are you living? I ask you that. Are you living if that's your current existence? So, for those of you guys just joining the broadcast, I am talking about this little baby post I made on my YouTube community page. It shows up as a picture and then the comment. And a lot of feathers got ruffled because I said that agreed. Agreed. You guys can read it for yourselves. You guys can certainly see how a lot of people took me completely out of context, but I'm used to that. I'm used to that. Going off the deep end, used to it. Guys, I hope you have a beautiful morning. I hope you have a good morning, Teresa. So, guys, I wanted to open it up for questions. Let's have a dialogue about it. Who here is struggling? Who here feels powerless? And what steps can you take today to take your power back? I think that when we feel that we have no other option, when we feel that there are no options, when we're mentally closed off to think that there is only one way, and that is the way that we currently know, and obviously that's not working, so what are the alternatives? What are the alternatives? And it's going to start in your mind. It's going to start in your mind, guys. So if you are enjoying this, so if you're homeless and underemployed, I guess the first question I would ask you, Teresa, is do you have any friends or family that could help you temporarily while you get back on your feet? That's the first question I would ask. Anyone else have a situation that they want to chat about that they feel like they are stuck in and they don't know the first step out? I'm here all day. You're struggling to find a job because you can't afford childcare for 2 kids without child support, and it doesn't look like you are going to get any. So, Deanna, the question I ask you is how many jobs a day are you applying for? Balancing your time and energy to work out for you is a challenge. Anushka, thank you for much for sharing. I think that balancing time and energy, the person who said about balancing time and energy for Anushka is I encourage you to be realistic about how much time you're really going to spend working out. It sounds like you got a lot on your plate, but if you can get 3 workouts in a week, that's a decent place to start. 3 workouts a week, every week over the course of a year is a lot better than you feeling like you need to do 7 workouts a week. So I would start with, let's just do 3. Pick 3 days of the week you can do it. I encourage you to do it in the morning, and they don't have to be long workouts. So Deanna, I do have a sincere question though for you. You said you're applying for as many jobs as you can, but how many jobs a day are you applying for? Because I have had a friend in a similar situation who was applying for jobs, and I actually helped this friend of mine. I wrote her resume for her. I applied for a bunch of jobs for her. I wrote 3 versions of my friend's resume for her and started sending it out to a bunch of different companies, a bunch of different this. And this friend of mine was actually so down and out that I offered to give her some temporary work by having her clean my house for me, right? Under the table, some extra cash, because the lady who cleaned my house for me at the time moved very far away. So I did everything I could to help this friend of mine, right? Well, here's what happened. I asked my friend the same question. I said, how many jobs a day are you applying for? And she's like, well, like 1 or 2. And I'm like, 1 or 2? I said, you need to be applying to like 100 jobs a day. And I wasn't joking. It's literally epic. Hello. And what ended up happening was she was applying for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs a week. And I'm like, listen, I told her, I'm like, listen, that's not enough. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I wrote her a damn good resume. It's one thing I'm actually very, very good at. And I've written tons of resumes for lots of people in my life. And so I wrote her this great resume, offered her something that she could do for actual money, like in her pocket now, while she was underemployed. And what ended up happening was I applied to more jobs for her than she did. And some people just aren't motivated. And even then, I offered her something that she could do. I'm like, listen, like, you don't need a babysitter. You can bring your kid here. You know, I will feed you. And then, even then, you guys, she still didn't want it. So, what I'm trying to say is, how many jobs are you really applying for? Because for me, if I was underemployed and I needed to eat and there was no money coming in, I would not be too proud. I don't care if I have to work at Wendy's, McDonald's. I don't care if I have to clean houses, walk dogs, bag groceries. I know for me, I would do whatever it takes. And I know some people sit around waiting for a management position when, dude, if you gotta eat, if you gotta work, if you got kids that rely on you, find a way. Find a way. I'm telling you guys, find a way. And applying to 5 jobs a week that you think perfectly fits your skill set when you're trying to eat, that's just not good enough. And a lot of you guys don't want to hear that tough love in me. That's not enough. It's not enough. And don't be too proud to have to take a step back if you need to. Guys, before I started Gauge Girl training, my business was struggling. And this was before I started Gauge Girl training, I was struggling financially. I was living off of savings. Being an entrepreneur, I needed to invest so much of my personal money into my business. And I was I was struggling so bad at this phase in my life. And I remember I literally had zero money in my checking account, zero money in my savings, and I needed to eat. I remember ransacking my entire house. I went through every old purse, every old winter jacket, lifted every cushion and couch to find change. And I was able to scrounge up like $20. And I took this $20 and I made it last for 2 weeks worth of food. I went to ShopRite and the people acted like so stupid at the checkout line, acted because I paid with all coins. This was in 2012, and this is before I started competing. This is before all of this, and guys, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And I remember I told myself right then and there, I said, this is the last time I will ever let myself get to this point. I will ever let this happen to me, because I could have said, oh, you know what? My business is struggling, or, I could say, it's so-and-so's fault that this is happening, or it's my customer's fault this, or it's my employee's fault that, or, the industry is down, or that. Guys, no. I said, you know what? Why didn't I get a job as a waitress? What I did was I found a way through it. I did apply to a job that Christmas, and I did what I had to do. And that's exactly what I'm trying to say, Shell D. Thompson. Thank you. I'm trying to encourage you guys to get out of your own damn way. Taking baby steps to a better life. If you have to fail, brush off. Tomorrow's another opportunity. Put your thinking caps on and knock obstacles down. Thank you so much for sharing that, and I agree. This is what I'm saying, you guys. If you are sad and miserable in your situations, it's literally epic. I understand waitresses make tips, and I understand that would have been a solution for me at the time. However, I was able to overcome it. What I'm trying to tell you guys is there's always a way. And I know it's hard, but there's always a way. There is always a way. So you can choose to stay down. You can choose to be defeated. You can choose to live miserable and believe that you have zero power to control your life. Your family was sponsored by a company during the holidays for years. Nothing felt better than letting them know they can help another family. Once we got on our feet, it gets better. And your kids, that's fantastic. Agreed, Gabrielle. I think we fall into that victim mindset. Real change starts from within. Agreed. No one is going to rescue you. I think we all get there. I've been there. Guys, I have those moments too. I get it. I completely get it more than you will ever know. The things that I've justified to myself are huge. And what I'm trying to tell you guys is, if you don't like it, you can change it. If you don't like it, you can change it. And I know that makes some people really angry, because it's like, what do you mean I can change it? You mean you really mean to tell me that I'm suffering here and struggling for nothing? Guys, there is healing, there is growth, there is power, there is change available to you. It's available to you. How you harness that, how you apply that, is up to you. Personal responsibility is huge, and we don't want to do it. Why don't we want to do it? Why don't we want to take personal responsibility? It hurts. Let's be real, guys, it hurts. It hurts the ego to really be like, you know what? I'm the reason I'm here. Not this clown to my left, not that clown to my right. And it's funny you say that peace chick. A lot of us would rather have like a comfortable pain than a foreign happiness. We would rather stay in this pain that we're used to. We'd rather stay in this pain that we're used to than experience a foreign feeling of freedom, a foreign feeling of happiness, a foreign feeling of freedom, a foreign feeling of feeling capable. And who here feels stuck? Who here feels stuck? Give me a thumbs up. Do you feel stuck? Do you feel stuck in a mental pattern? Do you feel stuck? And I could not agree with you more, Green Mama. Change happens when the pain of staying the same is greater than change. That's so powerful. And I hope everybody hears that. When the pain of staying the same is like, if you're looking at yourself in the mirror or thinking to yourself, dear God, I can't live another year in this hell. I cannot do it. Something must change or I'm going to lose my effing mind. Who is in that mindset with me? Because that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I know what needs to change. I'm afraid to change it. And so do you guys. You guys know what needs to change. You guys know what needs to change. How can I overcome this focus on this pain to your focus to have a healthy body? You can start one day at a time. You can start by going to the gym. Take out your pain on your workout. Get lost in your workout. Get lost in your cardio. Get lost in your reps. People around you fear changing more than you do. You may need to change your circle, girl. You may need to change your circle. And even that has problems, as we all know. I think that, look, you guys know what you need to do. And if you're triggered by what I said, that's even more of a sign that you guys know what you need to do. You know what you need to change. You know what people are keeping you down. You know that you're self-soothing yourself with food. You know that you would rather sit around and watch Netflix than deal with your problems. Guys, you have to face them. You have to face them. And if you don't like your situation, that's your own damn fault. You can change it. You can change it. Repeat after me. I can change. You need to believe that you have the power to make the changes that are going to... You need to believe you have that power. And Yes, you can. You can, guys. Actually, you can. You have to choose to do it. Is it easy? Here's the thing. It's not about it being easy or hard. It's the fact that you can choose. So the thing is, if you're choosing to be miserable and overweight, that's a choice. That's a choice. We can all change, guys. Think about this. Think about history. If people didn't believe in the power of change, I'm going to go on a tangent for a moment here, guys. Look at Dr. Martin Luther King. Guys, do you understand like what amazing impact and power he had because he believed that people had the capacity to change? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like just because the world treated people a certain way, he didn't believe that was okay. And he pushed for change. Like some of the greatest leaders in history pushed for change and challenged things and said, you know what? No, that's not good enough. You know what? No, we can't do this. You know what? No, we have civil rights. No, like we have, like, guys, there are so many powerful leaders in history that believed in change. And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have a lot of the freedoms that we do now. And you guys don't know who needs you to take your power back. There may be people that would be positively impacted by you refusing to stay down. And you don't know what that's going to look like, guys. You don't know what movement you're meant to lead. You don't know what lives you're meant to impact. You don't know. And you're never going to know if you stay down on yourself. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this chat. I love that, Annette. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate that. So, you guys have a great day. I will talk to you later. Peace.